This is Brett with Tulsa Multi-Rotors coming to you with a review for the new ZMR X210 from FPV Model. Quickly, I've actually done this review a couple of times, hated it, so I scrapped it. So I'm starting at the end after I've flown it, built it and everything, and working my way back to the beginning. So quickly, the way this package comes with this kit in it is lots of bubble wrap, great box, very rigid, very protected. The arms come vacuum sealed as well as the camera mount, so they're well protected. The quality of material in this frame are exceptional. The carbon, as always on FPV models, is a very good carbon. The hardware on here, I believe, is steel, so it's going to be a little harder to strip those out. The standoffs and the spacers here between the bottom plates are both aluminum. They're all threaded, so even the spacer's threaded, so it adds a lot of strength to this frame. A few other neat features about this frame: they give you this grommet for your power wires so you don't chafe your power wires on the carbon. Keeps your wire up out of the way of the props. Also gives you a little mount here for your VTX antenna, which I chose not to use. I just run it right off my VTX and up the back. The options on the camera mount, it gives you this nice camera mount here for your hard case cameras like your HS1177, so you can tilt it up. Gives you a big notch out for that, so you can tilt that camera all the way up. Also gives you a plate mount for like a board camera, which I believe is angled about a 20-degree angle, so you can use your board cameras. Another thing that's included in the kit is this very nice PDB by Matek, very well built PDB. It gives you 5-volt out for your flight controller, gives you 12-volt out for things like LEDs. At the bottom there, you see it also gives power out for your VTX and your camera, with an option on the side over here, a bridge, so you can bridge between either a 5-volt or 12-volt. So you have that option for your camera, so you can choose whatever camera you'd like. So there are great options on this frame. I built it for a freestyle frame, so I wanted a lot of strength and rigidity. So I included the bottom plate. However, if you'd like to lighten this frame for racing, you can take off that bottom plate, use the optional shorter screws which are provided, and you take off the spacers and you shave 20 grams off the weight of the quad. The quad itself, as I built it, frame only, comes out to 136 grams, and the all-up weight with the way I built it, which is very heavy, came up to 391, because I did use really big motors and big ESCs, and the PDB I chose to use has an optional OSD on it, which I use, and I like it, so that's what I use. But you can see all my black wires coming out there, my red wires coming out there, and it makes for a very cluttered mess sometimes. So that's why this Matek board is great, because it gives you the power positive negative for each ESC on each corner. So it's a great board, and I'll put a link to that in the review. So if you want to put that on your other quads, you can. It's only about a $7 board. This frame itself is $53 US from FPV Model, and if you need to buy arms for 2 of them, it's only $7. So actually on this quad, these 2 arms are actually different, the way they shape down here in the bolt hole pattern, and these 2 arms are different. So you get 2 in a package. So that's neat that everything is a reasonable price from FPV Model, as all their stuff really is. Great company. But like I say, I enjoyed flying this quad, put a dozen packs, it crashed a lot, several times on purpose. I couldn't break anything. I did clip a tree one time, rolled out in the street and chipped that up a little bit. But other than that, not a big deal. I did one time hit a goalpost on a soccer goal, ruined my GoPro. And so that's why I'm filming this on a laptop computer, not a big area there. Probably not great quality. I did get some flight videos, so we'll see that later. If you're planning on flying this quad in a parking garage, at night in a parking lot, or aggressive freestyle, you need to really include that bottom plate. It adds a lot of structure, a lot of strength, a lot of protection. If you're racing, take that off, shave the weight, get a little lighter setup. Perfect racing frame. I did really like the way this thing handled. I thought this top area being so large would give me a little bit of wind resistance going forward or punch outs, but it didn't. I didn't notice it at all. It does give you, being that large, gives you a lot of space to put things, so you can arrange things how you want. Another neat quality is there's a lot of cutouts on this frame, spaces you can zip tie or wrap around, so you can position things wherever you want. All in all, great frame, great for freestyle, with a few optional tweaks, removing that bottom plate, a little lighter setup, maybe some little BSEs, something similar. You could really shave a lot of weight, make this a great flying race frame. But I just want to say it was great flying it, and I appreciate Jason for giving me this opportunity to do this review for FPV model and for providing this frame for me. I want y'all to give them a shout. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below, and I'll try to answer those. I'll also include some links in here for this frame, so you have easy access to FPV model, this frame. I'll also include a link just for this board and maybe the arms. The other thing I don't want to include a link for is the new Dragonfly VTX, which comes in 25 milliwatt and 200 milliwatt. The best things about it are it has a push button for your band and your channel changing. It also includes an on-off switch. So if you're like me and you wire everything direct, there's not a plug on this quad. When you plug in, up here, everything comes on, including your VTX. So if, say, you're out racing and you need to tune, you can just flip that Dragonfly VTX off, go over, tune, set it up on the computer, set your rates, whatever you need to do, and you won't be stomping all over everybody else's frequency. So that's a really nice VTX. So I'll provide a link to that. I want to give a shout out to the guys that are in Dubai this week. I know they're having a great time. Wish I were there. Hope there's a lot of great videos. But thank you for this opportunity to share this with you, and I hope it's been helpful. Thanks. The big surprise on this frame was the way it handled. And I think a lot of it's due to the geometry. The arms are actually, the motor placements are actually an inch wider than it is long. And I don't know why, but for some reason this thing really carves sweet. Going around trees, around my banner flag that I had out, it's just so smooth carving around things. I did see a little bit of improvement when I went from an H frame, like my 250, when I went to a true X frame on my other 210. I saw a little bit of improvement on handling, but this one, the handling was amazing. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but for some reason, this geometry with those wider arms, it was great. Aerobatics were perfect. Like I said, 4S with this craft and maybe some 3-blade props and the right motors, you've got an unlimited freestyle ship that is just going to be amazing. As far as race quad, I'm not sure it's the one I would go with, but it could easily be dialed in for that by removing the bottom plate, maybe a little bit different motors, putting some 3-blade props on there. I'm sure you wouldn't have any problem competing with it. A lot of the competition is more on the pilot than it is the quad itself anyway. So yeah, I think this is a great frame all around, definitely a great freestyle.